So did he try? Yes. But are we still great friends and nothing has ever happened? Absolutely. And
So
it's possible
I
when
am.
men trust
Go ahead.
themselves and when women let them know what it is and what it ain't.
Nothing happened because you didn't want anything to happen. That's the only reason that nothing happened. And if you really know about men, men will play whatever role that they need to play in order for you to break. If I got to be your gay homeboy for 10 years, if that's what it takes for me to always have a way into that coochie, if a man wants it bad enough, he'll do that. So for me, in that situation, any man that has tried to crack on you or that has showed interest in you, for me, it would be a no, because I know that he's only around as a friend because you put him in that friend zone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. There's no, it's for the overwhelming majority of us, it's not going to work. Like when you get in a relationship, most people agree because you see people start to fade. So when people have opposite sex friends, they start to call less, text less. So everybody generally agrees to start to move differently, even though they'll talk this shit right here, right now. You know? And then when you have a male friend, what can he do for you? Right? If you got a man, can he pick you up from the airport? Can he give you money? Can he give you spiritual advice? Can he give you guidance? He can't do none of that shit once you got a man in your life. That's how we know that those relationships are superficial and fragile at best.
Can In a relationship, can we have opposite sex friends? And I want to know how y'all feel about that. And I said ladies first. Can we have opposite sex friends?
Who we starting with?
Ladies, I don't care, whatever lady got a mouth. Anybody look?
I
I think
start.
it. I
I
think
feel
it's
like.
okay. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Go ahead, Tamia. You started first. Go ahead.
I think it's okay. If the friend is really a friend, if you have had sexual, if you had intimacy with the person, I don't think that it's okay.
Okay, next lady.
I feel like the only people who believe men and women can't be friends is people who fuck all their friends.
Wow.
Because I
I,
have friends who I've never had sexual relations with, who I've never had any type of intimate feelings for, who I've never came on to me. It's been 20 plus years. We ain't never seen each other like that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm a second that. I
agree.
have several platonic friends. Now, I must say they didn't try to shoot their shots. Some of them, no, some of them, of course, initially they may try, and then I let them know I'm not interested. However, if a man trusts himself, I feel that he can be friends with someone of the opposite sex and vice versa.
So,
Which
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Somebody wanted to say something. I was triggered. I need to sound a siren. I was a little bit triggered. And I wish I could sound a siren. So let me get this right. I just want to get this right. You are okay with having friends of the opposite sex, right? Even if they shot their shot at you, though?
if the initial, I'm speaking of one friend that did initially approach me trying to get to know me. That was the initial approach when we first met. Once
Mm-hmm.
we exchanged numbers, it was strictly platonic and business because I let him know I wasn't interested. So, did he try? Yes. But are we still great friends and nothing has ever happened? Absolutely. And
So
it's possible
I
when
am.
men trust
Go ahead.
themselves and when women let them know what it is and what it ain't.
So I'm not insinuating that anything happened, right? I'm
Yeah, you
not.
are.
But no, I'm not. You got to let me cook. I'm straightforward. If I thought y'all did whatever, I would have just said bullshit and then I would let you have it. So let me just say this, right? My only discrepancy with that is nothing happened because you didn't want anything to happen. That's the only reason that nothing happened. And if you really know about men, men will play whatever role that they need to play in order for you to break. If I got to be your gay homeboy for 10 years, if that's what it takes for me to always have a way into that coochie, if a man wants it bad enough, he'll do that. So for me, in that situation, any man that has tried to crack on you or that has showed interest in you, for me, it would be a no, because I know that he's only around as a friend because you put him in that friend zone. Does that make sense?
That's fair.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm not saying you slept with him though, not even a
Can
little
I,
bit.
that
I
can I
mean,
go?
Absolutely,
sleeping.
yes, please, Naeem, yes.
Listen, is most platonic friendships are failed talking stages or failed sexual stages. Um, you know, because unless he came up to you snapping three fingers, how did he like he pushed up on you because he was interested. So at some point, something just went wrong. That's the only reason why y'all friends today, because something went wrong. And I know this is I will probably never believe when a woman tells me that a man is just a friend, because I know things that I've done with women that I call my friends. I've shooken my friend's husband's hand. I'm sitting right next to him at Super Bowl parties, knowing what I've done with his now wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, women aren't gonna tell you the things that they, I like women are not gonna tell you, yeah, even if it was just one time, she's not gonna say that. And then if you text this man that you said is your friend right now, like, yo, let me suck your dick tonight, he's gonna say, come over. He's not going to say no. Oh, girl, come on. You know me and you go back like fucking, we go back like uh Power Rangers, whatever the case. Like, he's not gonna say that. He's gonna say, come give me that neck. That's just the reality of it. So at the end of the day, because I know me and they didn't start making men like me when they made me, there's all in my mind, I'm always gonna believe what Biz Marquis said. He told us a long time ago to not believe it, and I'm gonna stick to that. So
Okay.
especially if she's attractive. What straight man wants zero piece of because we could say things like, well, everybody's not attracted to everybody, but we know when someone's universally attractive. Like, nobody on this panel is gonna say Maya's not attractive. Nobody on this panel is gonna say fucking I can't think of nobody right now. Like
Maya was a good one though. Maya was
Maya was perfect. Nobody's gonna say Maya's unattractive.
That's a
How
fact.
many straight men do you know are gonna be just friends with Maya? If they, I'm talking about like if they can't help it, like if they have no choice. I mean, excuse me. If they, how many people? You know what I'm trying to say? How many men are going to just be platonic friends with Maya if they had a choice? But yeah, they come back to you.
When guys talk like this, it wholeheartedly makes me believe that you don't have female friends.
I know what I was
You
going
can't
to say.
control yourself.
I was going to say
Yeah, they
this. I
don't
think.
trust themselves.
Wait. Any man that's pretending to be a woman's friend, knowing that he wants more than that, that's lame as hell. Don't do that. Like, if you know you want her, but she somehow friend zoned you, and you know you want more than that, don't hang with her just looking for the right moment or the drunk night or whatever. That's not genuine. All you're doing yourself a disservice. She's sitting there talking. She's sitting there talking to you about other men that she linking up with later that night and shit. Like, that's corny, bro. Like, just say, I respect your decision to not want to be with me in a romantic way, but I'd rather just not be friends. So that's lame that's lame to be the fake of friendship in order to get close. So I don't befriend women I'm attracted to. If I'm attracted to you and I know you don't want me, we can't be friends. Like, we're not gonna go to happy hour and shit like that.
Control.
That's it. No sexual discipline, none
No,
whatsoever.
I can if I'm not attracted to you. I'm not. I'm not attracted to every woman in the world. If I'm not attracted to you, we can be friends.
But the first misconception is that all friendships start off as somebody trying to holler at somebody. That's not true. I have friends that I grew up with who
75% of them. 75%.
Naeem, let her go though, and then come back. Let her go.
All right, go ahead.
One of my closest friends, we were signed to a label together. He was my label mate, and we did music together. We have never seen each other in an intimate way. There was no come holler at me, none of that. Like, most of my male friends are not people who ever try to holler at me. Like, because at that point, they're not considered a friend. Once you try to holler at me, you ruin it. That's not, you're not my friend. You're an acquaintance at that point.
Thanks.
So you got just a bunch of guy friends, just a bunch of platonic friends?
I'm not sure.
I don't have a bunch. I have 3.
If you got 3, that lets you know right there that it's not normal. Why don't you have 10? Or why don't you have, like, compare your guy friends to your male friends?
You don't have a lot of female friends.
Compare your female friends to your male friends.
I don't have a lot of female friends. I know a whole lot of people, but I don't call everybody my friend.
I feel you, but
most women don't have a lot of friends anyway.
Do you think they would turn? Do you think that these 3 friends would turn it down if you offered them?
Absolutely, and I proved it one day because I had a dude who said the same thing about the guy who I was just talking about. Called him, I was dead ass serious. I'm like, you single? I'm single. We should see what's up. We've been around each other all these years. He was like, Excel, if you don't get the fuck off my phone.
You probably had to say it one more time. He thought you was playing. You probably had to say it one more time.
No, he thought I was dead ass serious. He thought I was dead ass serious.
I'm gonna take it. I'm taking your word for it.
You're projecting your experience onto other people because you can't be friends with women you believe no man can, and that's just
it.
not true.
That's it right there.
Not ones that they find attractive.
Every woman that
him finding you attractive doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Just because a man finds you attractive doesn't mean that he can't be your friend. If nothing can happen if you don't allow it to happen. So
yeah, but do I have a lot of women friends that I ever kicked it with? Probably not, because more than likely, if I talk to her, I was thinking about my selfish desires. So yes, I do know women that I don't find attractive, that I'm not interested in. But at the same time, usually, like, if a woman friends on you and say, "Oh no, I'm cool," then I'm gonna fall back because for everybody. So you don't have to press the woman. If she's into you, she's gonna show you. Probably nowadays, too many men probably try to push themselves on women, and that's a turn off within itself. So if she's saying no, I'm cool, just leave her be right there because she don't look at you in that light.
I agree with that. That's what I said. I agree 1,000%. I agree 1,000%. If she don't like you that way, go to the next one. There's plenty out there. There's plenty more.
Melly, what you think? Akira,
Yes,
what you
sir.
think? We got the echo.
I mean, honestly, I don't think you can have friends of the opposite sex. The only way you can pull that off is if literally if you're not sexually attracted to them like that. And the other one, which might be another stretch, is if like say if it was a situation where though clearly you knew like something had to happen. Like say if y'all worked together, you probably did find them, you know, kind of cute or whatever the case was, but then their character was off. And y'all just, you know, just so happened to build a friendship on that. Something had to turn you completely off of them, you know, in that type of way for you to be able to pull that off. So to me, I don't think you can do that. But outside of that sexual attraction, we talking a very, very rare case.
Yeah, 100%. It's for the overwhelming majority of us, it's not gonna work. Like when you get in a relationship, most people agree because you see people start to fade. So when people have opposite sex friends, they start to call less, text less. So everybody generally agrees and start to move differently, even though they'll talk this shit right here, right now. You know? And then when you have a male friend, what can he do for you? Right? If you got a man, can he pick you up from the airport? Can he give you money? Can he give you spiritual advice? Can he give you guidance? He can't do none of that shit once you got a man in your life. That's how we know that those relationships are superficial and fragile at best.
My opposite sex friends became friends with my husband.
Our sound went out. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Yeah, and that's also weird too, explicit, to be honest. I don't have any friends that existed before my wife. Before, like if my wife had a male friend and I become his friend, that don't even make no sense. That's not how nothing should ever go.
Because they got girls too. We all hang out.
My wife would never tell me, "Hey, this nigga cool. You should meet him." You talking about?
I got somebody in my life.
Because Naeem, you know what be happening now? I'm thinking, why you think he's so
I got
cool?
somebody in my life.
Hold on, explicit. I got the floor.
Go ahead.
Naeem, right? I'd be like, why you think he's so cool? What you fuck? You know what I mean? That don't go right for nobody and nobody mind. And here's the thing, Nikki, no, that's why I like the little half smile she got. Any man who ain't attracted to her, she know he a homosexual. End of story. Explicit too. So we just don't want to act like this is good advice to push forward. It just don't make sense for the majority of people in relationships.
If he's so cool, why didn't y'all?
Naeem, if you don't mind, let explicit talk her shit because me and her was going back.
Okay, go ahead.
So I have a friend who's been around for more than 20 years. So I'm supposed to not be friends with him because I met my husband?
Yes.
No, that's not how that works.
How do your
There's nothing.
How do your husband feel about that?
At all. We don't have anything to hide. My husband was completely secure in where we stood because he knew what nothing up. So it was not a big deal.
I got you. Explicit. This is what I want to tell you about your husband and the 99.9% of every other man. He's fucking lying. We keep fighting back against this narrative when y'all start to call us insecure and all that shit. We don't care about that shit. We just need to live. Hold on, explicit. Let me finish the thing. We just need to live what makes us most comfortable. You know? And if he's uncomfortable at any point in time, he should voice that and you should adhere to that. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. But here's why I don't believe that was the case. Because he was uncomfortable with a couple of my exes. Like two of my exes, he was not. And I knew it. So whenever we saw him, it was an issue. And with this particular friend and what I'm talking about, who've been around for 20 plus years, it was never that. Like my ex-husband could not hide when he was feeling some type of way about being in a room or being around somebody who I knew, period, let alone that we used to mess around. So it was never that. It was just always he knew what nothing up. Like these are genuinely my friends.
Can I ask you a question? If you've been friends with him so long and they're that cool, how come y'all didn't become a thing? Like you and one of them. Like what? Like yeah, how come y'all didn't?
I've never seen him like that. I always call him my brother. He couldn't be less my brother than my real brothers are. Like no bull. I don't see him like that. I don't see him intimately. And to be honest, he's a great fucking guy. But I don't see him like that.
How do you like him physically? How is he physically? Like, do you think he's handsome?
He's very handsome. All my friends love him. We never. It was never that. You're
the only one out the friend group that doesn't like him.
Was always big brother, little sister. It was never.
Hey, Splish, you know what's up? Let me get this off, Melly. It'll be quick. I swear.
Good.
This scuffed my Timbs the most, explicit. This a sandbox friend. You knew him 20 years. This the same nigga you play hide and go get it with. I'm not letting none of that shit slide.
I'm 43. We didn't. That's not a sandbox.
40 years, right? They always say, "Oh, I met this nigga in the sandbox." Y'all play? Did y'all? I don't know where y'all from. Y'all play hide and go get it? Y'all know? Y'all remember that game?
Yeah, I met him when. Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
But
they be playing that game with him, Naeem, and they think I'm supposed to go for that. I'm not going for none of that shit.
I met him on tour. I didn't meet him. We didn't grow up together.
I'm just talking shit. I'm just saying. This general too. This general too.
Yes.
Go ahead, Melly. My fault.
Let me ask you something explicit.
Yeah.
These guys that you're talking about, have y'all had that type of conversation? Like, look, if I gave you, like, of course we ain't saying the verbatim, but have y'all had that conversation? Like, hey, look, if I ever give you a chance, would you see me that way, or have you ever had that?
No.
Never had. Okay, so you never had that.
Only when we talking to and explaining our friendship to people who don't get it like now.
Do any of them guys find you attractive? That you know of?
Not that I know. We don't have a conversation. I know that I'm an attractive woman, so I'm not gonna act like, you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't know that, but their physical attraction to me it's not there. That's not the type of relationship.
May I ask a question? Did your male friend look better than your husband?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just curious.
But she already told them she don't see them like that.
No, I just was asking.
That's where the shut off was at. You know what I'm saying?
But he's always been like a brother to me. So it's not that I don't see him like that because he's not attractive. I don't see him like that because I see him as a brother. Like,
so
always
right,
been
so let me get this straight. And I'm not even. I was gonna leave it alone because I'm not even
on here. I need him to be on here.
When you said that you met him on tour, what age was this? And I really, what age was this? 23,
like 24 maybe.
Right. And he's older than you as well, correct?
Yes.
And
maybe
so when
like 4 or 5 years.
Right. And so when you met him, because you already said he's extremely handsome, he would be a catch damn near to any woman, correct? Like was that a fair assessment? Like if like just off the initial, like, damn, that's a fine brother. Like, that's him? Is that him? Would that be him?
Yes.
And so you seen this extraordinary man, fine, sexy. I mean, everything. And mind you, of course, because I know how somebody can look good but not be your cup of tea. But this man, you know, he's a nice looking guy. He's a catch for any other woman in the world. How do we even get to a friendship? Because I don't know you from the sandbox. It's not like I knew you when we were 6 and it's really that big brother bond. I mean, what even sparks up a conversation? And then during the conversation, like, or did he just not, was he not attracted to you?
No, it just was, again, I don't know how to.
No, but I'm asking you though, like, no, but I'm saying, like, was he not attracted to you though? Like, could that be like a thing too though?
So maybe he wasn't attracted to me at the time because I was engaged.
Yeah, but engagement has nothing to do with it.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So we've never had a conversation about
engagement has nothing to do with attraction.
But that's what I'm saying. So it gave us an opportunity to kind of foster a friendship as opposed to, because I wouldn't know. We never talked about.
Right. So if you weren't engaged though, would he have been maybe a candidate for you to shoot a shot at?
No, because we've never seen each other like that.
I don't get it because this man is handsome. He's perfect. He's a great man. He's a catch to every woman but you.
No, he got other female friends.
All right, cool. Nikki, yes, Nikki B.
I gotta hop in and explicit. I think that you're going to agree. Women, we don't always look at men like that. We're not looking at you. Oh, you handsome. I have several friends and people I've been around, I've worked with. We're not always looking with the other eye as y'all do. Y'all are always looking, thinking like a man. A lot of times we ain't even thinking about y'all like that. Am I right? Or am I right?
It's just not an intimate connection. Like, it never was.
It's not. And that's the furthest thing a lot of times from our mind. And I'm speaking for myself. One thing about you, DJ Hamp, I love your transparency and your honesty, and I agree with quite a lot of the things that you said. However, you can't speak for all men. You got to speak for yourself.
No, I spoke for the. I was saying majority, Nikki. To be fair.
Okay, because explicit. When I was married, I had male friends, and my male friends and my husband at the time, they became friends. That is possible because everyone is not thinking that some had to happen and all of that, because that's not always the case. Whether you're attracted to a person, whether you're attractive, I just say, women, we don't always think how you guys think.
Agreed.
That's it.
Can I ask a question? So what's like, if okay, y'all friends, cool. But what's the degree of the things y'all could do together? Like, for instance, let's say fucking
hang out.
Wait, hold on. Let's say the new Scary Movie 6 come out. And he say, yo, I don't got nobody to go with. Well, can we go to the movies? Come to the movies with me. Like, I just want to know, like, what's the degree of things you can do and not do? Like, what's the limit? What's the boundaries? You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure that going to the movies ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Yeah, there's a trust factor here, and
Yeah.
I was
Y'all
real.
giving real
There
insecure.
was no.
They
Yeah.
are.
All the dudes shaking their
They
head.
tender.
Look, all the dudes put their heads down at the same time. Yo, all the lights
You
out.
telling me something got to be going on because we go to the movies or we go hang out?
All the
Come on
lights
now.
out. That's an intimate setting.
Nah, I
That's an
don't agree
intimate
with the
setting.
movies though. I don't
There we
agree
go.
with
There
that.
we
I
go.
don't agree with the movies. The
No,
movies is like giving date. Like you go
That's a
see a
date.
movie
That's a
with
date.
your
It's
man.
giving. This is my homeboy.
but it was
Now, let me be
hypothetical.
clear
I
on
don't
this
like
though.
movies anyway.
I
Just
don't
you
think it's
two.
appropriate. I don't think it's appropriate if both are in relationships because the other person won't accept it. But if y'all strictly platonic friends, you ain't got nobody, he ain't got nobody. Y'all going out to eat. Y'all going out. Y'all doing
That
friendly
changes the whole
things.
aspect though. That changes
Well,
everything if
nobody
y'all
ever
both
said.
single.
Nobody ever said if you got somebody else. I'm just speaking of.
No.
I'm single, so I have male friends.
Would you be
Okay.
okay with your husband going to
I'm
see
single.
scary movies? If you were in a relationship, would you be
Now,
okay
no,
with your
because again, because that's relationship and marriage. Then it's kind of it doesn't look
So,
right.
so
Even if
that
it
show
is nothing, it don't look right.
that shows you that it's not a platonic relationship. You know that, right?
That's your
If you
opinion.
can't be if
You
you
know that,
feel
right?
like I'm sorry.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, I'm just logic wise, right? If you know that, oh, we're in a relationship now, we can't be together, and it's just inappropriate, right? You're admitting that
Yeah.
this is not a real friendship. It's not a real
Yeah.
No,
friendship.
Like I was saying
I'm
earlier,
admitting that the
I was not
person's
friend zone.
significant other will probably have an issue with it. Someone spoke to when you are single and that person gets someone else, then things are changing. That
yeah,
I mean that happens with your girlfriends, right? Explicit. You
Absolutely.
you don't see your friends that often when they get a man.
I
It's
That's
hang
no
true.
out.
different.
Here's my thing.
It's completely
He
different.
asked, "Would you be able to hang out? Would your husband be able to hang out with his platonic friend?" Right?
at the movies?
I'm gonna keep it a book.
No.
Listen, no, that ain't even my answer. As long as I trust you, you a grown ass man. It is up to you to uphold the commitment and the vows that you took. And I'm not chasing behind. You want to go to the movies? I am going to trust that shit is
let's,
platonic until you
hey,
ruin it.
You know
Explicit,
what's so interesting
And
about
that's
this
a
is
very
that
secure and confident woman. I feel you.
let's
I
leave
have
the
I
bar.
haven't met one yet. You know what? Because y'all letting a lot of stuff go by, Hamp, and I apologize. I know Hamp, but hold on. Because we just got to get to the meat and potatoes of this shit. I was quiet, but we got the okay. So I actually have a female friend. Um, and my female friend is extraordinarily good looking, to say the least. I am talking body straight out of a magazine. I am talking about filthy rich. I'm talking about stop traffic, cause accident bad, right? But in your defense, Nikki B, the brand, she might as well have a penis and a low haircut because I really view her as a grown ass man. Like when I tell you, like literally, like this is my dog. Like we sit on the phone and talk to each other like grown ass men. I just don't view her that way, and she is an
It's possible.
extraordinarily beautiful woman. So in your defense, I will defend that. Right now, also though, being married, being a grown ass man. A movie setting, you're fucking tripping. Any romantic light down low, like certain things. So I talked about this on my podcast. There's a major difference between right, wrong, and inappropriate. So even if it isn't a way, perception is everything. And one thing that I know about women, right? Women are some of the most insecure, controlling creatures in the world, especially when it's dealing with a woman that blows them out the water. They are not okay with that. So then, and I'm gonna let you go ahead. My follow-up question would be, me as a man, if I'm your man, right? Let's say my female friend, because you trust me and you secure and you know what you got at home. Can I let my female friend of 20 years borrow some money?
Why not?
Ladies,
The operative word is borrow.
she just need a little $1,000, nothing crazy. Her
I
car
couldn't hear
broke
you.
down and is
I'm not tripping off that.
okay. Cool.
At all.
Oh, yeah.
Like you say,
Like y'all gotta
explicit borrow.
you
That's the key
borrow
word.
is not
Borrow.
giving her $1,000.
I'm giving it to her. This is my friend, and I
I'm
don't.
looking at it sideways if you give your male friend $1,000. So it ain't just a
Right.
female thing.
I'm giving her 1,000 because this is my friend, and I love her dearly, and I don't want to see her go through hard times, and I got it to give.
Well then, no, I ain't tripping.
Okay,
As
cool.
long as it's
So,
fucking with my household.
all right, cool. I ain't mad at that. Then. Anyway, y'all hit the likes, hit the shares, turn the chat up. Go ahead, Hamp. My fault.
It just I don't think Split's been to the movies in quite a long time. You
I
heard?
don't go to the movie, so
Nor has she seen a scary movie in very long. What happens when they get when the nigga jump out the closet, she go and then she grab your man and all that. But I guess you secure, so he come with makeup on his collar. You good with that because she just got afraid in the movie theater. I catch your drift. The
And
aesthetic,
she's holding on to his arm because she's
all
scared.
that, all that. He got fingerprint marks in his arm and all that, but she cool with that. Yo, explicit everybody, right? The aesthetic of you having a male friend and being out and about with him is displeasing to the eye when you in a relationship. So we can't act like we don't understand these things, you know. And for us to just call people insecure who understand these things and guard their relationships, I think we're being willfully obtuse, right? That's unfair to the sanctity of a relationship, you know. And if we don't protect our relationships enough, we continue to fail because we ain't being protective about them. We can't do that.
Yeah, I didn't call the people who are protecting their relationships insecure. I just said that I'm secure enough in mine.
Hey, explicit. I love you too, but I'm not always talking to you all the time. Oh. You my mans for sure, but there's bad people up here.